how did I balance marriage, family, and school? Balance is a tricky word because sometimes you'll be doing more school than you're doing family. You'll be doing more marriage than you're doing school. But you have to find the space and time for everything. And then sometimes it seems like you'll be like stressed a little bit or frustrated. But when you figure out my whole thing in my that I keep ever before me is my why. I knew what I wanted and I know what I wanted. So it's about making a time.
What's good, y'all? I am DK Hammonds. This is my wife, Aisha. Miss Aisha to some, bang to others. Here's my other daughter right here, waving. And we are in my wife's, what do you want to call this, please?
This is my cloffice.
Can you, some people don't understand what a cloffice is. Can you share that?
A closet office.
A closet office. This is a closet office that my wife has set up. What do y'all think about this setup? Is it not amazing what God is doing?
You need to quit.
In the life of Aisha Hammonds.
You really need to quit.
Why don't y'all just give some praise? Even now.
You definitely.
I'm a church. See, church gonna make the numbers go up.
You need
Go
to stop.
Y'all guess, what do y'all think about the setup? Please share with us. What do y'all think about the setup? We'd love to hear your comments, questions, concerns, castinations if you have any.
Castinations?
Yeah, there you go.
What is that?
It's what it was.
Oh, you made that up.
If you have any, so please share in the comment section. We're gonna be kind of watching, looking, all that kind of stuff. If y'all don't know this is actually my real wife. I don't have another wife. This is my older wife.
Oh, you got a fake one?
Nah, I ain't got no.
Tell her to send some money over here.
I ain't got no work spouses or nothing like that. Hang on, y'all.
Yeah.
I ain't got none of that. So yeah, we chilling. Okay, that's a better hand.
Girl.
We chilling. So tell me, how are you doing? How are you feeling about yourself?
I'm great. I love my cloffice.
Good.
Wow, I'll be the first to see.
So what do you love about your cloffice?
It's mine. It's my own space.
It's your own space
Right.
to create, to work. She can put all her stuff in here, and she can show off all her stuff if she wants to. All right. What do y'all think? Let's hear about how y'all feel about what y'all see. What do y'all think? To me, if I'm honest, this is probably one of the better setups I've seen in some of the.
Of course you would say that.
Of course I would say that.
Right.
It's one of the better
you
setups.
might not be telling the truth.
No, I've seen a lot of setups. This potentially is one of the better setups I've seen for someone in their whole
Londa.
office. So, baby, I just want to salute you. I'm so glad to be a guest.
You really need to quit.
I'm glad to be a guest. Look at that. Them numbers going up.
He came in my office
Yeah.
because he's bored.
Yeah.
I put away some of my homework, got some stuff done for work, and he just wanted to come in here and get on live with me. So, and he did this long introduction. Why? I don't know. So we didn't really have a topic. So you guys, look, they coming up on you,
There we
babe.
go. Hey, Zaria.
We didn't have a topic. So y'all go ahead and y'all got some questions you can ask us. But we all in the Texas area.
We used to do these lives prior to called Second Time Around, and just having conversation with those who have been in and out relationships or whatever level. Her and I probably experienced both sets, both levels when it comes to marriages. And so that's one of the things that we like to talk about as well. So y'all got some of them questions, send them. We'll talk. We'll talk about this beautiful setup. I can walk y'all through that.
You're not walking
I'm
through my
passionate
closet.
about that.
How are you passionate about?
I'm passionate
my
about
closet?
what is the setup, because it is live. It's live. So I'm super proud of my wife. And tell us what you're doing next in terms of school.
Right now, I'm in my doctoral.
You and your what?
Doctoral program.
Doctoral program. So she has decided to go all the way to her doctorate. And so we're supporting her. And she's going to talk about her journey. So tell us about it. Let's hear it.
So most of you guys who know me or who really know me, I started, and if you've seen any of my social media, I started school at 40 again with only one credit under me. And then I decided I was going to go all the way. And now the reason why I'm in my doctoral program is because I'm redeeming the time and I know that it's for me. So I encourage anybody that want to go to school or do something different or to change, do it. You don't have nothing that's stopping you besides time and you. So you got you, make it happen. That's why I'm doing what I do.
Cool. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, babe.
I'm proud of you. And unlike some of you other hooligans, I support my wife having education and wanting to do more. Let's just talk about that. Talk about support. How does
You're so
support?
extra.
Yes, I.
You're so extra.
How does support look to you as a woman who is getting her doctorate and run a school and author and mother and all
Thank
the
you, Mama.
likes? How does that look for you?
Let's see. So support in a nutshell is allowing me the space to be great. So many times we have spouses, significant others who are competing with the other one, and we don't do that over here. And it don't matter, Teresa. So I started back at 40, and 46 is knocking on the door. So hey, I'm gonna get it done.
So let's talk about Teresa's question. People on my side can't see that. I would love to, but they're 52 years old. So what would you say to someone who may be in their 40s or 50 and they just have a desire to go to school or desire to do something more? What would you say to them?
Just like I speak to my students at my school, and you've seen those commercials when you were younger or even when you have sleep, if we still have regular TV, how, you know, they'd be like, hey, change your life in X amount of days or X amount of months. And then you're like on the fence. And then when you look up that X amount of months or years have gone by, you just wasted that time. So you really still have time. As my granny say or old folks say, I'm on the land of the living. You have time. But it's just got to be something you want to do.
Yeah. My LB
Hi,
said,
Deborah.
my LB say he in his last semester of his coursework and working on his
Ooh,
dissertation as he speaks.
Get it.
Salute to the 8 to the 9 club.
Man. Hi, Millie.
Salute, brother. Keep your head up. Stay strong.
So dissertation.
It's work. So we're talking about support. So a lot of people don't have support, and you just so happen to have a husband.
I just so happen to have one.
Some people don't have that, or a spouse. For those who have other stuff going on, respect. You have a spouse.
Why you still have breath in your body? Yeah. Absolutely.
You have a spouse that's been supportive. What has that been like for you?
Y'all, if y'all really know me, I was about to say something simple. It's great to have support, if we're going to say that. But me being me, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to do what I need to do because truly, when I get up on that stage of life and have to answer, I only answer for me.
That's right.
But it is great to have somebody that's pushing you and cheering you on. So that's the main things.
Okay. These comments rolling now.
It's funny. We talking about school. She been in childcare since 98, but refused to go back to school at 53. See, Miss Tiffany?
So for those of y'all who, let's just talk about school. All right. I too have gotten some micro degrees in terms of certified Scrum Master on the world of getting the project management certificate. That's a micro degree. And I would say to anybody, age is not a barrier. If you feel led to do something, you should go after it. Mm-hmm. You shouldn't be deterred because you're a certain age.
Right.
There's nothing that you can't do unless you don't want to do it. Everything that I've seen on the other side of 40 has been because somebody would like to do it. So if you have the passion for it, all I would say, this is the conversation I had with my wife when she wanted to get her doctorate and she was just on fire before going to school. I said, babe, just take one class. If you take one class and you still have that passion and that desire, when you take one class, take 2 classes. Is that right?
Yeah. But the program I'm in only allow you to take 2 classes, so that's what I did. When I took the first one, I asked them, could I take more? And they were like, oh, well, we got to see how you fare in the first one. Yeah. And then when they saw that I was doing well, they allowed me to take 2 if they are, if they line up with my degree plan. Mm-hmm. But Teresa asked, how did I balance marriage, family, and school? Balance is a tricky word because sometimes you'll be doing more school than you're doing family. You'll be doing more marriage than you're doing school. But you have to find the space and time for everything. And then sometimes it seems like you'll be like stressed a little bit or frustrated. But when you figure out, my whole thing in my that I keep ever before me is my why. I knew what I wanted and I know what I wanted. So it's about making a time. So balance is tricky. It just depends. So especially for your doctoral program or any schooling you go to, don't miss out on life, because I missed out on a lot, but I'm grateful that I did it the way I did it. I did it fast track, as fast as they would let me, because what our old girl Maxine say, I'm reclaiming my time. So right now I'm going faster in my doctoral program than a lot was supposed, because I'm reclaiming my time.
Yeah, yeah. Never too late.
I look like on mine, yeah.
Yes. It's never too late. Bina, I see that you're going to get your master's.
Good job, Bina.
To go get that. So anybody that's going to school or desire to go to school, please, ma'am, please, sir, don't discount yourself. You can achieve so much more if you just apply yourself. And at the very least, you try.
Right.
You can't reach that destination if you don't try. That's right, man. Learning never stops.
But I'm one of the ones that I have to watch myself, because I'm big on sympathy and empathy, but it takes a little bit more effort for me, because I am like, if you're going to try, go all in.
Yeah.
I don't like sugarfooting it or pea-footing it, because, you know, we got some safe people on here around. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to go do it, and I'm going to do it hard. That's just the way I am. That's the way I was raised. So I'm going to go all in. That's me. So, and everybody don't have that opportunity. Now, I will say, and speaking to Teresa and other people, I was grateful that my girls, when I first started, they were still in school as well. But I didn't have babies running around. I didn't have stuff like that. And people that have younger kids, or people that they have to take care of, or caregivers in some, you know, stretch of the imagination, it may be a little bit more difficult. But no matter what, it's the entire making your mind up. So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. I'm proud of Mark. I'm proud of you, man.
Thanks, buddy.
That you have the desire. I think you'll be the first doctor in your family.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So if you come to my house, this is a house of champions. And my house extended is a house of champions. And we want to be able to get the most out of life. And education has afforded that for us here. So whatever you do in your own, salute, y'all do that. But here, education has really opened up the pathways for us. And we love it. We are readers and leaders. So, all right, that's pretty serious. Now, tell us what potentially you see yourself doing with this setup, this room. What's going to come out of here?
Oh, okay. So a lot of you, if you're on my page or any of my social media, I tend to do a lot of encouraging posts, and I try to, a lot of times when you see it, of course, I'll be encouraging myself first. Yeah. But what has come out of that, or what has sparked it, is I was driving in my car one day, and God had impressed upon me to make sure that, like in Mark 2, that before, if you guys know the Bible, some of y'all don't, that's fine. That is, there was a paralyzed man, and he was always, you know, laying there. And the scripture talks about the man was born of four, meaning four people carried him. When Jesus came and he was speaking in the home or in the building, it became so crowded to where nobody could get in, and he couldn't go in there to get healed. He couldn't do all of the things he needed to do like everybody else. So what those four did was went on top of the roof and ripped it off. That was the whole thing. So my thing now is going to be helping people rip the roof off to lower their dreams down, or their desires down, their goals down to the promise, to allow you to see where you potentially can be. Because in this day and age, it's time out for us laying our goals and dreams down to the side in paralytic states. So that's what I'm here to do. When y'all see me come on, it's going to be to encourage you, and not just put up some words and posts, because I know most of us like seeing people talk, like right at the camera. So I'm here to be one of the four, with four pillars to help people get to their dreams.
You know what's funny about that story is when the dude he's paralyzed, he's outside, and they have to tear off the roof. He was lowered down by these people who had faith. But what he did not know, he was being lowered into a place that had everything he needed.
Right.
And so sometimes, that's for my wife. Okay, cool. Sometimes you don't understand if you just partner in faith and partner with somebody with that type of faith, that everything you need is in close proximity, or everything you need is in the house that you are already partnering with. So just always remember that as we're tearing the roof off, you already have the internal stuff that is needed to get to where God is trying to take you.
Or even more is having a circle of people
Yes.
that believe in you when you don't believe in yourself. We don't necessarily have to think about all the things around us. We got to make sure that the people around us believe in us when we don't believe in ourselves. What those 4 men did for the paralytic, they carried him on a roof because he couldn't carry himself.
Yes. So who are you partnered with in this season that understands your need and helping you obtain a want, a desire, and pushing you or lowering you to that place? You need to be checking that space out to see who's helping you. Because if they're not helping you, they're definitely hurting your progress, hurting you getting to where you need to go. So we had a question about how to encourage your spouse, your wife, to get their degree if they desire. So it was a question.
So this is what I would say when somebody is like, okay, I want to go back, but I have babies, or I want to go back and I have this, and I want to go back. I'll say, sis or bro, you're going to always have something stopping you. And especially when it comes to kids, when they get grown and gone, you're going to just be by yourself and wish that you would have had something else. That's the equivalent of having women who depend on their husbands for everything, and they don't put gas in their cars, and they don't do all the things. That sounds great, I know. But if should something happen to him, then I'm lost. So when it comes to the degree, she ain't depending on you. She's doing it for herself. It's something that she owes to herself. And that's what I did with my degree. I owed it to me. It had nothing to do with nothing. Even if I didn't do nothing with it, which I do, I encourage anybody to go do it for themselves, because it's not fair that she has to give up a part of herself or all of herself with no return. So that's her return. She needs to do it.
Yeah, and to give y'all context, in my home, before my kids graduated from high school and college, I was on that road of getting my first degree. And so I was the first one to kind of do it. So being the example, being the person in front of, kind of show you the mistakes, show you the things that you don't have to do, can do, is also helpful. So if you have your degree and your spouse is trying to obtain one, show her the ropes. Push her. Show her the ropes. Show her how to save money. Show her not how to get in debt. So it becomes this partnership piece where, hey, I know that's what you want to do. Cool. Let me give you the mistakes, not the wins, the mistakes I made so that you can do it better. And that's what happened in my house.
And that goes back to our earlier question is about support.
Yeah.
Sometimes support looks like you being a little bit more tired than normal, saying, well, I got the kids for a little bit. Go study. Go do what you need to do. Because in essence, when one in the house win, everybody win.
Let me say this too, because I know under the sound of my voice, there's an insecure man. And I want to bless your life, dude. You cannot, as a man, attempt to help a woman operating in power. Okay? You can't get to acting all in your feelings because she is going in a direction that's going to bless your entire house. You need to make sure you got some stuff going on that you're secure, because a lot of you men act like witches, and I'll put some other words in front of that. Letters, because y'all don't be trying, hey man, listen, I'm trying to support my wife, because as I support her, she supports me, and then it becomes a synergy in our household. Glory! Period. So y'all need to get that in your spirit. Men, stop being some insecure wimps and support your significant other. Push them to greatness. And if you can't push them to greatness, fire yourself and let somebody else push her. Maybe she can get a work move. Somebody push her.
No, I'm good on that. I work in the beauty industry. So we have different flavors and shades.
No doubt.
But like,
All right, so we just turned
let's
the
say
camera off.
you got a strong wife
Yep.
or a strong significant other, and the other one is kind of on the fence.
Yep. Then they need to shut up.
They do. The reason I say that because for a long time in my life and in business,
Yep.
and the reason why you guys don't see me much, the people who know me, they'll hear me, they know I'll joke and I'll clown. But I had to learn how to make sure that my shine was shining and I wasn't worrying about blinding somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
For a long time, I allowed other people to dim my shine so they could feel stronger.
For sure.
But when it comes to the head of the house, he has to understand that it ain't gonna be dimming her shine so that he could shine or he could feel superior. No, he just gonna have to come up because I can't be nothing that God didn't create me to be.
Yeah, I'm not. And the thing is, I'm not worried about her shine.
Right.
And so here's another lesson. Her shine does not compete with my
It
shine.
doesn't. It make the house shine
It
brighter.
makes the house shine brighter. We could turn the lights up super bright so everyone can see. It
Right.
doesn't impact what she is doing. It simply it helps us drive. It gives us synergy. It gives us the push that we need. And some of you hating men, I can talk to the men. You can talk to women.
Okay.
Some of you
I talk
hate
to men too.
Okay, cool. Some of you hate men and women just don't know how to support your spouse. Listen, hey, I want to go to school. Hey, I want to start a business. Hey, I want to put out an album. I want to do all of these things. Listen, when one wins, everybody wins.
Absolutely.
And as they say in the streets, a win is a win. A win is a win. So when she gets her doctorate, guess who got a doctorate too? I did, but that's hers. She got her name on it. Because I helped put in the work. I gave up some nights. I gave up some date nights. I gave up this. I gave up that so she could study and focus.
Right. Same team.
Same thing. She's done the same thing for me. When I was going to school, going to seminary, she had to give up some time. She had to give up this. Come on now. Like, we got to stop that hating in your marriages and your relationships because it's really trash. I think it ain't even sacrifice to me because I'm not giving up anything by letting you go do your thing.
But that's not you.
But I get it.
It can be sacrifice on the part of more light means more visibility.
I like that.
Absolutely. Sacrifice on the part of the person actually in the journey.
Sure.
Because I do sacrifice a lot of, oh, well, let's go out. Now, mind you, I can stay in now. This is the whole thing. I'm an ambivert. I'm very much an introvert, but I have extrovert tendencies.
Yeah.
So I love staying home, but it is an investment business.
Yes.
I love staying home, but that's on my own. When I have to, like when we have this little good weather out here, it makes me feel away. Like I get stir crazy and I'm ready to get out. But the sacrifice is absolutely let your spouse or your husband.
Can y'all type that in the comments? Let your spouse shine. Just type
Absolutely.
shine. Shine. We want to let you got lights everywhere. Shine. This is not a play. Listen, that's not my. She's not my enemy. She's not my enemy.
Right.
And even if she made more money than me, had more degrees than me, I get to play a role in her achieving goals.
Right. Because sometimes the sacrifice is because I don't get to spend the time that I want with him or with my girls.
That's correct.
One is married now, the other one is in nursing school. So, hey, it's just us.
It's just us.
That goes back to even your friend, Steven. After them kids is all gone, it's just going to be y'all. So, y'all go, tell her to go and win.
Go win.
And win for the kids because she'll be an example.
And yeah, some of you men going to have to stay home with your kids.
Absolutely.
It ain't babysitting, it's investing.
Right, and they ain't investing. That's your
Them
sperm.
your kids. Take care of your kids. Take your kids. But listen, let your significant other shine. And listen, let me say this. My wife is absolutely strong in areas that I am weak. And vice versa. Okay, here we go. My wife runs circles around me, but I'm cool because we're doing this thing together. That's right.
It just makes much more.
Shit. Hey, and some of you dudes need to get over your wife making more money than you. It's okay. If we're working these things out together, when we bring it, it helps the whole. It helps the unit. We're trying to see our kids' win.
Absolutely.
So somebody has to be standard bearers when it comes to seeing your children, your generations win.
I think a lot of people forget that when they're allowing or encouraging the other to go forward in what they're called to do or what they desire to do, the end result is actually better collectively as well as separately. When he allows and encourages me to do what I need to do, when he go in his room or when he do his thing, it's a whole different energy. He doesn't stress. He's not stressed because, hey, everything is taken care of at home. It just works that way. When if it's like pulling teeth and him helping me and I'm helping him and whatever, and it's not flowing, it causes for everything to be off balance. The synergy is off everything. So, I mean, just make sure you're allowing the shine to shine.
Yeah.
Like, don't dim it, because I've been through that, and that's not something I'm willing to go through.
Okay,
again.
so can you talk about, and we're not going to bash it,
All right.
but can you talk about what it feels like to have your light quenched or dimmed by anybody?
Oh, anybody. Yeah, I mean,
anybody.
where it goes for work, where it goes for other relationships or whatever. It is very difficult to be with someone or to be in the room, whether it be business, where you have so much bubbling over and you have to put the top on, and then steam is just, it's, you know how when it's percolating and then you get ready to explode. It's difficult to be in that situation because people don't appreciate your shine. That's the bad part. But when you get more mature in who you are and what your message is and all the things, you get to the place where you remove yourself from those tables and those areas so that you can shine and be where you're supposed to be. Like, it feels like trash to know that you have so much to give and so much to offer, and somebody's so insecure in who they are that they can't accept what you bring.
Yeah.
So that feels bad. So when it comes to being in relationships with somebody who is big and bold in their personality, you just got to let them be, and you keep going. Because we're bold in our own rights. We do things in our own rights.
So if y'all just coming on, again, y'all know who I am. This is my wife, Aisha, and we just answer questions. You couldn't share good
exhausting.
news in a relationship.
Absolutely.
Why is that? Okay.
It's exhausting because, like, think of when I was saying that you're this pressure cooker and you have all of this stuff bubbling over, and that's already enough energy. It's burning energy. And when you come to share with somebody, it's time to eat, it's time to open the lid. Like, you know how if you guys know cooking, the little percolate and the little button, you can release the steam quickly or you can release it slowly, naturally. The ones who allow it, the exhausting part is when they press the button and the steam just go out. You just like, forget it. I don't even want to do it.
I don't know how people live that way.
Well,
I do know how they live
have
that
to
way,
live
because
yourself
I
first.
have been in that situation too. So I understand how people live that way. What I don't understand is that, let's Titus mentioned, a win in our household is a win for everybody. Like, look, if you are trying to go get something, I want you to shine. I want to hear the news, especially if it means you're going to get, some accolades or whatever. There's not anything she don't get positive news about, and she gets an award and I ain't there. I show up. I want to be there. I want to be your biggest cheerleader. I don't need no Negro in the corner talking about, oh, Miss Aisha, I love you. Not louder than me. Oh, no, sir. No, sir. I'm going to make sure you hear me, because I'm going to be your number one fan. I don't need none of that nonsense, because I fight. I fight people.
You really need to quit.
All right. I got your boy Lusk.
Yes.
Lusk. We love Lusk. Brother Lusk, man. What's good, man? We love Lusk. We love that dude. All right. So we're on my wife's feed. We're on my feed. We just on here talking. How's the setup look to y'all? How do we sound? How does things look aesthetically? Would you be willing to have more of this? Please give us some feedback.